Now we're live, so we can run
Okay.
this thing for a few minutes so we can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
I
get
can do some.
everybody's.
Yeah, get everybody's voice so we can all hear what everybody's saying, so that way we can hear what each other is hearing.
Yeah.
Yep. 1, 2, 3. Let me see if I have another.
Let me check to be sure my mic is set right. Supposedly it is. Okay. And John, I don't know whether you've been over there or not, but that link that I just put in, that's to the Google Apps for Work forum. I looked for a forum for the Google Apps for Education, didn't see one. They may have one, but they'll be able to tell you about it over there if nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been kind of poking around,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, I pulled it up. Thanks.
Now, am I sharing my Google admin with you now?
I'll have to jump off of Hangouts, Business Hangouts, to take a look. Cancel. Thomas, no, we're still looking at your face.
Oh man, I apologize.
It's okay.
Just the screen that admin tab is. Okay, let's cancel here. Is that can you see that screen?
Nope,
I'm
still looking at your face.
all right.
Are you on trying to share this on Business Hangouts or just in a regular Hangout thing?
No, Business Hangouts. So it's um, I shared the screen on the left, which brings up a screen that Google Hangouts, but I don't see the screen that I want to see. Okay, well, let's see. How
There
about
you
now?
go. Yeah, we got it.
Well, this is all the, I'm in my domain
Yeah.
admin, you know,
Users.
email addresses that I have. Then here's my Chromebooks that I can control. And okay,
So this is
this is
basically a cloud sharing thing where anybody who logs in using the credentials you set up for them
correct.
can access the same applications, the same documents.
Right. And I can restrict what we,
Their rights.
their rights, what,
They can view or they can edit, whatever. They can delete.
right.
Open up one of the users there.
Okay. Now this is
Yep, got it.
email address.
And 10 documents owned, 0 licenses, 8 Google Apps enabled. Okay, so you basically gave them access.
Yep.
What's this devices assigned aspect here?
Um,
Because I noted you had the Chromebooks. Are those devices or?
yes, those are Chromebooks. Those are devices. So I do that. No device ID. So let's see what server service is enabled. I got well, I can turn them on and off here. All of,
Gotcha. Interesting.
but
Okay.
I want to restrict anything. I just turn it off.
So what's the relationship between the users and the Chromebooks?
Well, the
Do they?
None.
Yeah.
So you just track. What do you track on the Chromebooks that they need to be listed in the domain?
Well, what I use those for is so that I can restrict who signs in. But basically, what I use them for is going to use them for, and I haven't yet, is if somebody for Google Hangouts, business Hangouts, for when I do webinars. So if someone that does not have a Google account and I want them to present, then, and if they're an analog adult, not, don't hardly check their email, then I'll send them a Chromebook.
I got you. So it's almost like a user then.
Yeah, it'll be a user.
So they come in through the Chromebook validation as opposed to user validation.
Correct.
Excellent. Okay. Boy, you got a couple tabs open there, don't you, buddy?
Oh.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12.
Stop sharing. I want to stop sharing.
29, I think.
That's a bunch. I don't even open that many on my Pixel.
That's as many days as that we're in February.
Yeah, really.
This year.
And I pin about 4 of them so that they open up. Of course, everything comes back if I don't close it. But, again,
Different strokes for different folks.
well, I gotta get rid of him. Anything?
No, cool. That's great. It's interesting.
Now, I can add any account. Let's see. What does that say? That says move to another
organization. Okay, great. So you could take a user and just transfer them.
Right, and then reset the password.
Yeah.
Or sign this, rename the user, restore, suspend, and delete. And
I'll have to look into an API whether I can hook into their domain. I don't think I'll need to, but it sounds like an area that I should become familiar with. Because these guys told me, oh, we don't have any Windows servers. I don't want to have to administer a domain. And I'm like, holy shit. Because the application that I sell is Windows, it runs on Windows Server. And we expect them to have a domain. We expect them to have a print server. And they have none of this shit. They have... So it'll be fun.
So basically, you're upgrading them from the 18th century to the 21st, right?
Well, kind of. The issue is this guy is an IT, or what they call a tech coordinator in the schools in Hawaii. And he's like one guy, and he's got, I don't know, hundreds of students and 125 faculty and stuff like this. And he's like doing all this shit, and he doesn't want to be managing a domain. He's not familiar with administering a Windows domain. And he doesn't want anything to change, but everybody's logging in locally to their workstation, just like your home computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Presuming you have no domain. And I keep trying to convince him it's going to be easier if you have a domain. Because, right now, when you try and control your multiple copy machines and stuff, you've got to administer each one independently.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do it in a domain, then you can just change the user in the domain, and it'll apply to, everything in Equitrax. It'll,
Yeah.
you know. So I think I'll be able to convince him, but we'll see. And this whole Google education thing is just an adjunct.
Okay.
And being not familiar with it at all, I wanted to kind of gain a little insight into how it works so that if necessary, I can sound semi-intelligent.
It's funny that I would have thought that they would have had a product form for the Google Apps for Education, but I can't find one.
I think you kind of have to be inside before you get to see that shit, you know?
Yeah. I subscribe to, some of the forums and stuff, and I get emails and that. Well, here's one, apps for education.
They had a couple of videos that I watched, but most of that is not technical. It's more, these are the benefits that you would get if you got, involved in this, that, and the other. They focus on the sharing and the collaboration and that kind of thing.
Well, here, if you want to get familiar with it, then, and I'm not sure how many email addresses you're required to purchase, but you can have a Google's app for work at $5 a month, per user. So if you could sign up with one, as one user,
yeah. So
a month, you could go in and administer it, and
Aha!
I don't know how much I'd learn by administering a domain of one, but
Well, I have found out why there is no product form for it. It's listed, it is one of the categories. Education and nonprofit administrators is one of the categories in the Google Apps for Work product form. Sort of like Hangouts for Air is a category in the Hangouts product form. It covers everything, Android phone calls and the whole thing, but then they've got like a category when you post, you can put them, and there's a category for education nonprofit associations. And that's where all the posts concerning the education stuff go.
Cool.
And there is the link.
Bookmark that bad boy. I think. So can we listen to the playback so we can hear what our audio sounds
like? I forgot we are. Okay, hang on. Let me.
I don't know if you can until after we're out of here.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
First, I don't know. But
first, I have to stop the broadcast.